Guardian angels are celestial beings assigned to protect and guide individual humans throughout their lives. Their presence is a source of comfort and strength, offering unseen assistance in times of need. While many guardian angels are gentle and nurturing, there are those whose power, mystery, and unique qualities set them apart in extraordinary ways. Let's explore the stories of some of the most powerful, mysterious, and unique guardian angels. Top 8. Azrael, the angel of romantic love. Azrael is a unique guardian angel associated with romantic love and relationships. She helps individuals find their soulmates and fosters harmony in existing relationships. Azrael's presence is felt as a surge of love and connection, guiding people toward fulfilling and meaningful partnerships. She encourages the growth of love, compassion, and mutual respect in relationships. In the celestial realms of light and love, Azrael, the angel of love, stood as a unique guardian among the heavenly beings. Her wings, shimmering in soft pink and gold, radiated warmth, compassion, and the purest form of affection. Azrael's divine purpose was to guide souls toward the deepest and most meaningful connection, romantic love. One day, Azrael sensed a deep loneliness emanating from a young woman named Isabella, who was kind-hearted and strong, but felt as though a vital piece of her heart was missing. Despite her longing for genuine, enduring love, Isabella had yet to find her soulmate. Moved by Isabella's plight, Azrael descended to earth, her presence invisible, yet profoundly felt. As Isabella wandered through a park, lost in thought, a gentle breeze stirred the autumn leaves around her, filling her with an unexplainable warmth. It was Azrael, offering a subtle embrace and whispering words of encouragement into Isabella's heart, assuring her that love was near and her yearning would soon be fulfilled. In the days that followed, Isabella began noticing small yet significant signs, synchronicities that seemed too perfect to be mere coincidence. A favorite song would play just as she thought of love, or she would witness couples sharing tender moments, reminding her of the beauty of connection. These signs were gentle nudges from Azrael, guiding Isabella closer to her destined path. One evening, as the city bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun, Isabella attended a gallery opening. A particular painting captivated her, a depiction of two figures entwined in a dance, symbolizing the merging of two souls. As Isabella admired the artwork, a kind voice beside her remarked on the beauty of the connection it portrayed. She turned to find a man named Gabriel, an artist who, like her, had been searching for a deep connection. As they conversed, the bond between them was immediate and undeniable, as if their souls had known each other for lifetimes. Azrael, observing from the shadows, felt a surge of joy at their meeting, but understood that her work was just beginning. Love, she knew, needed to be nurtured, and so she wove her essence around Isabella and Gabriel's budding relationship, fostering understanding, patience, and mutual respect. As time passed, Isabella and Gabriel's love deepened. They learned to communicate openly, support each other's dreams, and face life's challenges with grace and compassion. Whenever doubts or fears surfaced, Azrael was there, infusing them with the strength to overcome and the wisdom to forgive. Their love blossomed, radiating outward and touching the lives of those around them. Friends and family noticed the harmony between them and were inspired to seek deeper connections in their own relationships. Azrael's influence spread subtly, encouraging others to embrace love in all its forms, romantic, platonic, and self-love. Years passed, and Isabella and Gabriel, now married, often marveled at how they had found each other. They felt a profound sense of gratitude for the mysterious forces that had guided them together, though they never fully understood the role Azrael had played in their lives. Meanwhile, Azrael continued her sacred duty, moving from soul to soul, whispering hope to those who were lonely, strengthening the bonds of those already in love, and guiding all who were willing to open their hearts to the beautiful journey of connection. For as long as there were hearts yearning for love, Azrael, the angel of love, would be there, ensuring that love, in all its forms, would always find a way. Have you ever felt a mysterious, comforting presence guiding you towards love and deeper connections like Azrael? Share your stories or thoughts on the magic of finding true love. Top 7. Hamiad, the angel of miracles. Hamiad is the guardian angel of miracles, known for bringing divine intervention in moments of need. His presence is often felt during miraculous recoveries, unexpected solutions to problems, and moments of divine synchronicity. Hamiad's influence encourages people to believe in the impossible and trust in the power of divine intervention. In a small village cradled by towering mountains lived a young woman named Alara. She was known for her unyielding kindness, tending to the sick, feeding the hungry, and offering a comforting word to anyone in need. But despite her outward composure, Alara carried a heavy burden. Her father Gideon, the village's beloved healer, had fallen gravely ill. No matter how hard she tried or how many herbal remedies she used, his condition worsened with each passing day. Every night, Alara knelt beside her father's bed, her prayers filled with desperation and hope. She spoke to the heavens, pleading for a miracle. As days turned into weeks, her prayers grew more fervent, yet no relief came. The weight of her father's illness pressed heavily on her heart, and she feared the worst. One evening, as the sun sank behind the mountains and the sky was bathed in the soft light of the first stars, something extraordinary happened. A warm, unfamiliar glow began to fill the room. Alara looked up, startled, as the air seemed to shimmer and dance. From this gentle glow emerged a figure of breathtaking beauty. His wings stretched wide, each feather shimmering with a light that seemed to hold the essence of the stars. His eyes, deep and infinite, held a kindness that instantly calmed her soul. "Who are you?" Alara asked, her voice trembling with awe. The figure smiled, a soft, comforting expression that seemed to embrace her entire being. "I am Hamiad, the angel of miracles," he said, his voice a soothing melody that echoed in the quiet room. "I have heard your prayers, Alara. Your love is pure, and your faith is strong. It has reached the heavens, and I am here to help." Overcome with emotion, Alara fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. "Please, save my father," she implored. "He is all I have." Hamiad gently lifted her chin, his touch like the softest breeze. "Miracles," he said, "are born from love and faith, but they also require trust in the divine, in oneself, and in the timing of life." He led Alara to her father's bedside. The old man's breathing was shallow, his face drawn with pain. Hamiad extended his hand over the ailing man, and from his palm a soft, radiant light began to emanate. The light enveloped Gideon, filling the room with warmth and a sense of peace that chased away the chill of despair. As the light faded, Alara watched in awe as her father's breathing steadied. The lines of pain on his face smoothed out, replaced by a peaceful expression. Slowly he opened his eyes, clear and bright, as if waking from a deep, restful sleep. "Father!" Alara cried, tears of joy now streaming down her face as she embraced him. Her heart swelled with gratitude and relief, her faith in the divine rekindled. Hamiad stepped back, a gentle smile playing on his lips as he watched the reunion. But when Alara turned to thank him, the angel was no longer there. In his place, resting on her father's pillow, was a single feather. It glowed faintly with the same divine light that had filled the room moments before. In the days that followed, Gideon's strength returned, leaving the villagers astonished by his miraculous recovery. Word of the event spread, and soon people from neighboring villages began to seek out Alara, not just for healing, but for the hope her story inspired. The feather became a cherished keepsake, a reminder of the miracle she had witnessed and the angel who had answered her prayers. As time passed, Alara's reputation grew. She was no longer just a healer. She became a symbol of faith and hope. Whenever someone was in need, she would tell them the story of Hamiad, the angel of miracles, who taught her that love, faith, and trust in the divine could bring about the impossible. Have you ever felt like hope was fading? That no matter how hard you tried, things weren't changing? This story is about a young woman who faced a similar challenge. Share your experiences of overcoming adversity and finding hope. Let's inspire each other. Top 6. Barakiel. The angel of blessings, Barakiel, is the guardian angel of blessings, showering people with divine grace and abundance. He is often depicted holding a basket of bread, symbolizing the sustenance and blessings he bestows. Barakiel's presence is felt as a wave of gratitude and an unexpected turn of good fortune. He encourages people to recognize and appreciate the blessings in their lives. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a young woman named Alara. She was known for her kindness and selflessness, always putting the needs of others before her own. However, despite her good heart, life had not been easy for her. She lived in a modest cottage, and though she worked hard every day, she often struggled to make ends meet. Yet, even in the face of hardship, Alara never complained. She found joy in the simple things: a blooming flower, the song of a bird, or the laughter of a child. One particularly harsh winter, the village was struck by a devastating storm. Crops were destroyed, and food became scarce. The villagers grew desperate, and fear began to settle in their hearts. Alara, too, was worried, but she continued to share what little she had with her neighbors, offering them bread from her own meager supplies and comforting them with her gentle words. One night, as she sat by the fire, wrapping herself in a thin blanket to keep warm, Alara whispered a prayer. "Please, if there is a way, help us get through this winter. I ask not for myself, but for my village. Let us see another spring." As she drifted off to sleep, a warm, glowing light filled her cottage. It was so bright that it seemed to banish the cold entirely. Alara opened her eyes and gasped in awe. Standing before her was a majestic figure, radiant with divine light. He was tall, with golden hair that flowed like a river of sunshine, and his robes shimmered as if woven from the very essence of heaven. In his hands he held a large basket overflowing with freshly baked bread, the aroma of which filled the room with a comforting warmth. Alara, the angel spoke, his voice as soothing as a lullaby. I am Barakiel, the angel of blessings. Your selflessness and generosity have not gone unnoticed. You have given so much to others, and now it is time for you to receive the blessings you deserve. Tears filled Alara's eyes as she realized that her prayers had been answered. Barakiel handed her the basket of bread, and as she took it, she felt a surge of warmth and gratitude wash over her. The bread was not just food, it was a symbol of the abundance that was about to flow into her life and the lives of those around her. The storm will pass, and the spring will come early this year. Barakiel continued, the fields will yield a bountiful harvest, and your village will know prosperity like never before. But remember, Alara, the greatest blessing is not what we receive, but what we give. Continue to share your blessings, and they will multiply. With that, Barakiel smiled and disappeared, leaving Alara standing in her cottage, the basket of bread still in her hands. The next morning, she awoke to find that the storm had miraculously ceased. The sun shone brightly, and the snow began to melt, revealing the green shoots of new life beneath. As Barakiel had promised, the spring came early, and the village was blessed with an abundant harvest. The people rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude. They never forgot Alara's kindness during the difficult times, and they often spoke of the angel who had visited her that fateful night. From that day forward, whenever Alara baked bread, she would place a loaf on her windowsill as an offering of thanks to Barakiel. And though the basket he had given her never seemed to empty, she continued to share its contents with anyone in need, just as she had always done. The villagers, too, learned to recognize the blessings in their lives, both big and small. They became more generous, more caring, and more appreciative of the abundance around them. And in doing so, they felt Barakiel's presence more strongly than ever, as a gentle wave of gratitude and an unexpected turn of good fortune, reminding them that true blessings are found in the love and kindness we give to others. Have you ever felt like you were giving more than you were receiving? Like your kindness wasn't being fully appreciated? This story is about finding hope in the midst of hardship and the power of selfless acts. Share your experiences of giving and receiving, and let's celebrate the beauty of human kindness together. Top 5. Cassiel, the solitary guardian. Cassiel is a unique guardian angel known for his solitary nature. Unlike other angels who are constantly present, Cassiel watches from a distance, stepping in only when absolutely necessary. He is the guardian of those who feel lonely or isolated, offering them quiet strength and resilience. Cassiel's influence is subtle, often felt as a gentle nudge to keep going, or a quiet reassurance in times of solitude. David lived a solitary life in a bustling city, feeling like a ghost among millions. Once filled with dreams, friends, and purpose, his life had gradually unraveled due to life's hardships. Over the years, those he cared about drifted away, and his cherished dreams slipped through his fingers. Now he moved through life on autopilot, burdened by the weight of his isolation. One cold evening, as David sat by his window, contemplating the emptiness in his life, he felt a profound sense of despair. The city lights that once comforted him now seemed distant and cold. A dark thought crossed his mind. Would anyone notice if he simply disappeared? Yet in that moment of darkness, a subtle presence stirred in the room. It wasn't loud or overwhelming, but rather a quiet, comforting sensation, like a soft hand resting on his shoulder. David didn't understand why, but he suddenly felt a little less alone. The darkness in his mind seemed to lift slightly, and a small voice within urged him to keep going, to hold on just a little longer. Unbeknownst to David, he was not truly alone. Cassiel, the solitary guardian, had been watching over him for years. Unlike other angels who were often seen and felt, Cassiel preferred to remain in the shadows, offering protection and guidance only when most needed. His influence was subtle, often felt as a gentle nudge or a quiet reassurance in times of solitude. He understood loneliness deeply and knew how to provide just enough support to keep those under his care going. In the following days, David began to notice small changes in his life. He found solace in simple moments, like lingering in the park after work or exchanging friendly words with Lily, a kind barista at a nearby cafe. These brief moments of connection began to weave a fragile thread of hope in his heart. One evening, David was drawn to a small, forgotten bookstore nestled between two tall buildings. The shop was dimly lit, its shelves filled with dusty old books that seemed to whisper secrets from another time. Intrigued, David stepped inside. The shop was empty, save for an elderly man behind the counter who greeted David with a warm smile. Looking for something in particular? The man asked. David shook his head. Just browsing, he replied, though in truth, he didn't know what he was searching for. As he wandered through the aisles, David's eyes fell upon a small, weathered book with a simple cover. It had no title, but something about it drew him in. He picked it up and opened it to a random page, finding words that spoke directly to his soul. In the depths of solitude, there is a strength that can only be found within. when all seems lost, remember that you are never truly alone. There is always a light, however faint, that will guide you through the darkness. The words resonated deeply with David, echoing the quiet reassurance he had felt that night by the window. He bought the book and read it cover to cover, finding comfort in its pages. That night, as he lay in bed, David felt a peace that had eluded him for years. He still didn't fully understand what had changed, but he knew something had shifted within him. He felt stronger, more resilient, and though his loneliness had not completely vanished, it no longer felt as heavy. Cassiel watched from afar, satisfied with the progress. He had once again provided the quiet strength needed to keep going, to find hope in the midst of despair. Though Cassiel's work was not done, he knew that David was on the right path. David's life continued, still filled with challenges and moments of loneliness, but also with newfound resilience and the quiet assurance that he was never truly alone. Cassiel, the guardian of the solitary, remained by his side, watching over him from a distance, always ready to offer a gentle nudge or a quiet whisper when it was needed most. David's journey was far from over, but with Cassiel's subtle guidance, he had found the strength to face whatever came his way. Have you ever felt like you were wandering through life without a clear direction? Like you were a solitary figure in a crowded world? This story is about finding strength and hope in the darkest of times. Share your experiences of overcoming loneliness and finding your path. Let's inspire each other. Top 4. Metatron, the heavenly scribe. Metatron, one of the most mysterious guardian angels, is believed to have once been a human named Enoch, who ascended to angelic status. As the heavenly scribe, Metatron records all the deeds of humans in the Book of Life. He is known for his deep connection to divine wisdom and is often called upon for guidance in understanding complex spiritual concepts. Metatron's presence is felt as a sudden surge of knowledge or a deep intuitive insight. Alara, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity, lived in a quiet town surrounded by rolling hills. From a young age, she was captivated by the mysteries of the universe, spending countless hours in the town's library, delving into philosophy, religion, science, and any subject that promised a glimpse into the deeper truths of existence. However, despite her passion for learning, Alara often felt overwhelmed by the complexity of the knowledge she sought. The more she learned, the more questions arose, leaving her yearning for clarity and guidance. One night, as she sat at her desk surrounded by books and papers, Alara reached a breaking point. Frustrated and lost, she silently asked for a sign, a guiding light to help her navigate the vast sea of knowledge that threatened to drown her. At that moment, a soft, golden light filled the room, warm and comforting, as if a divine presence had entered. Alara opened her eyes to find a majestic figure standing before her, a being of radiant light with eyes that held the wisdom of the ages. The figure introduced himself as Metatron, the heavenly scribe. Alara, who had read about Metatron in her studies, was awestruck. Metatron was an angel of immense power and wisdom, known for recording all of humanity's deeds in the Book of Life. But why had he come to her? Metatron explained that Alara's pure-hearted quest for understanding had drawn him to her. He was there to guide her, to help her unlock the mysteries that had been eluding her. Metatron then revealed a glowing scroll, the Book of Life, in which every deed, thought, and intention of humanity is recorded. He explained that the Book of Life is also a source of divine wisdom, a key to understanding the deeper truths of existence. However, the knowledge Alara sought was not in the words alone, but in the understanding that comes from within. The Book of Life, Metatron said, is a mirror that reflects the truth already residing in her soul. She must learn to trust her intuition and listen to her inner wisdom. As Metatron placed the scroll in Alara's hands, she felt a surge of energy flow through her, as if a door had been opened within her mind. Insights and connections that had once seemed impenetrable now became clear, and the questions that had haunted her were answered in a flash of understanding. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Alara thanked Metatron, feeling that she had finally found what she had been searching for. Metatron reminded her that the knowledge she possessed was a gift, but also a responsibility. She was to use it wisely, to help others find their own paths, and to bring light into the world. He assured her that whenever she needed guidance, he would be with her, just as he is with all who seek the truth with a pure heart. As the light around Metatron began to fade, leaving Alara alone in her room with the scroll, she realized that she was no longer the same. She felt a deep sense of peace and purpose, knowing that she was on the right path and that she had the tools to continue her journey. From that day forward, Alara's studies took on new depth and meaning. She no longer struggled with the concepts that once confounded her and found joy in sharing her newfound wisdom with others. Alara became a beacon of light in her community, helping those around her see the beauty and interconnectedness of all things. Though Metatron's presence was no longer visible, she felt his guidance in every step she took, every insight she gained, in every act of kindness she performed. She knew that the heavenly scribe was always with her, recording not just her deeds, but the growth of her spirit and the light she brought into the world. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the vastness of knowledge and information out there? Like you're constantly searching for answers but just keep finding more questions? Share your experiences with seeking wisdom and finding your own inner guidance. Let's explore the power of knowledge and self-discovery together. Top 3. Zadkiel, the Angel of Mercy. Zadkiel, the Angel of Mercy, is a powerful guardian known for his ability to bring forgiveness and compassion into people's lives. He helps individuals release anger, resentment, and guilt, encouraging them to embrace a path of love and understanding. Zadkiel's influence is often felt when a person suddenly finds the strength to forgive and move on from past hurts. In a serene village nestled among rolling green fields, there lived a woman named Isabella. Known for her kindness and gentle spirit, Isabella was always ready to help others with a warm smile or a comforting word. Yet beneath this exterior of tranquility, she harbored a deep sorrow that had weighed on her heart for many years. This sorrow stemmed from a profound betrayal that had left her heart scarred, filled with anger and bitterness. Years earlier, Isabella's closest friend, Clara, had committed an act that shattered their friendship and trust. Clara had revealed a secret that Isabella had confided in her, causing immense pain and shame to Isabella's family. The betrayal was unforgivable in Isabella's eyes, and the wound it inflicted never healed. Despite the passage of time, Isabella couldn't bring herself to forgive Clara. Instead, she allowed the anger and resentment to fester, shaping her interactions with others and dimming her once bright spirit. Isabella's unresolved anger isolated her. Though she continued to engage with her community, a part of her remained detached, unable to fully connect with those around her. Her heart, once full of warmth, now bore the heavy weight of unforgiveness. She believed that holding on to her anger would protect her from further hurt, but it only trapped her in a cycle of bitterness. One evening, as the sun set, casting a golden glow over the village, Isabella sat alone in her garden. The beauty of the evening, the scent of blooming flowers, the chirping of birds, brought her no solace. She felt only emptiness. As she sighed deeply, suddenly, a warm, soothing presence enveloped her, as if the air itself had become infused with peace and love. Startled, she looked around but saw no one. Yet, she felt a presence beside her. A gentle voice broke the silence, filled with compassion and understanding. "Isabella," it said, "I am Zadkiel, the Angel of Mercy." Isabella's heart raced. She was both fearful and hopeful. "Why are you here?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I am here to help you release the burden you have carried for so long," he replied, his voice like a balm to her soul. "The anger and resentment in your heart have caused you great pain. It is time to let them go, to find peace through forgiveness." Isabella shook her head, tears welling in her eyes. "I can't forgive her," she whispered. "She destroyed everything I cared about." Zadkiel's presence grew stronger, offering comfort. "Forgiveness is not about excusing what was done to you," he explained. "It is about freeing yourself from the chains of anger that bind you. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a path to healing." Isabella wept, realizing the truth in his words. She had clung to her anger, believing it was a shield, but it had only imprisoned her in the past. "How do I forgive?" she asked, her voice barely audible. "Start by acknowledging your pain," Zadkiel said gently. "Feel it, grieve it, then release the anger and resentment. They no longer serve you. Open your heart to healing, and trust in your strength to move forward." Isabella closed her eyes, breathing deeply, as she allowed herself to feel the pain she had buried. Slowly, the weight of her anger began to lift, replaced by a sense of peace she hadn't felt in years. "I forgive her," Isabella whispered, feeling a profound release. "I forgive Clara." As she spoke, the burden dissolved, leaving her heart light and free. Though Zadkiel was no longer visible, she felt his comforting presence. From that day on, Isabella's life was transformed. She reached out to Clara with true forgiveness, and in doing so, rediscovered the love and trust she thought she had lost. Zadkiel, the Angel of Mercy, continued to watch over her, proud of her strength. He had helped her unlock the doors to a life of joy, love, and understanding. And though his presence was subtle, it was a constant reminder that mercy and forgiveness are the keys to a life well lived. Have you ever held on to anger for so long that it felt like a heavy weight on your heart? Forgiveness can be tough, but it's also incredibly liberating. Share your experiences with forgiveness and how it's impacted your life. Let's talk about healing and letting go. Top 2. Azrael, the Angel of Comfort. Azrael, also known as the Angel of Death, is a unique guardian angel who provides comfort to those who are grieving. Despite his somber role, Azrael's mission is one of compassion and solace. He gently guides souls to the afterlife and supports the loved ones left behind, helping them cope with their loss. Azrael's comforting presence is like a warm embrace during the darkest times. In a secluded village nestled amidst misty mountains, Miriam, a woman renowned for her wisdom and kindness, had been a steadfast pillar of the community for decades. Her home was a refuge for those seeking solace, her counsel a balm for troubled hearts. Yet as the twilight of her life approached, Miriam herself found herself adrift in a sea of sorrow. The recent passing of her husband Samuel had shattered the world she knew. Their love story, spanning over half a century, was a tapestry woven with shared laughter, dreams, and unwavering companionship. Samuel was her steadfast rock, and his absence left an echoing void that consumed her days and nights. One tempestuous winter evening, as the wind howled and snow painted the world in white, Miriam found solace in the flickering firelight and the worn photograph of her beloved. The house, once filled with their shared laughter, now seemed an oppressive tomb of silence. Tears streamed down her face as memories of their life together both warmed and wounded her heart. "How can I endure this, Samuel?" she whispered into the silent room, her voice trembling with longing. The ache of loss was a relentless companion, and she yearned for the comfort of his embrace. As despair threatened to engulf her, a soft, ethereal glow filled the room. Startled, Miriam looked up to find a figure bathed in radiant light standing before her. The figure, tall and serene, exuded a profound compassion that soothed her troubled soul. "I am Azrael, the angel of comfort," the figure spoke, his voice a gentle melody. Fear did not grip Miriam, for in his presence she felt a sense of peace she had not known in days. "Why are you here?" she asked, her voice filled with awe and confusion. "To offer you solace," Azrael replied. "Though Samuel has embarked on his journey to the afterlife, his love for you endures. He rests in peace, and it is my purpose to guide you towards peace as well." Tears flowed freely now, but they were tears of release. Azrael's presence was a warm embrace, lifting the weight of her grief. "I miss him terribly," she confessed. "I understand," Azrael said softly. "Know that his spirit is with you, in your heart, in your memories. Death does not sever our bonds, it transforms them." As he spoke, Miriam felt a shift within her. A quiet acceptance began to replace the consuming sorrow. She realized that while Samuel was no longer physically present, his love was an enduring force. "How can I find the strength to carry on?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "It resides within you," Azrael assured her. "Grief is a journey, and time will heal your wounds. Remember, you are not alone. I am here to offer comfort, and when the time is right, you will be reunited with Samuel in a realm where love knows no end." With Azrael's words, a sense of peace washed over Miriam. The darkness was not absolute, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. When she opened her eyes, Azrael was gone, but the warmth of his presence lingered. The room no longer felt empty, and the silence was filled with a newfound hope. Looking at Samuel's photograph, she smiled. A tentative smile, but one born of acceptance and love. From that day forward, Miriam carried the weight of her grief with a newfound resilience. She honored Samuel's memory by living a life filled with purpose, sharing her wisdom and compassion with others. In the quiet moments, she felt Azrael's comforting presence, a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, hope endures. Miriam became a symbol of strength and resilience, her story a testament to the enduring power of love and the comforting embrace of hope in the face of loss. Have you ever felt like you were carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders, a sorrow that just won't fade? How do you find hope and healing when it feels like the darkness is overwhelming? Let's talk about resilience, the power of human connection, and the unexpected ways comfort can find us. Top 1. Uriel, the light of God. Uriel, whose name means light of God, is one of the most powerful guardian angels. Known for his wisdom and illuminating guidance, Uriel is often called upon during times of crisis and confusion. He shines a divine light on difficult situations, helping people find clarity and understanding. Uriel's presence is felt as a sudden inspiration or a profound realization that lights up the path forward. Dr. Anya Petrova was a woman consumed by her work. Years of relentless pursuit had carved deep furrows into her brow, and the glow of countless sleepless nights illuminated her tired eyes. Her laboratory, a sterile sanctuary, was a universe unto itself, filled with the rhythmic hum of machinery and the heady scent of chemicals. She was on the precipice of a scientific breakthrough, a discovery that could potentially rewrite the textbooks of medicine. The project, a decade-long obsession, had consumed her life. Yet as she stood on the cusp of realization, a creeping doubt began to gnaw at her certainty. The data, once a clear and promising roadmap, now seemed to splinter into a labyrinth of uncertainties. Fear, a cold, insidious companion, whispered in the shadows of her mind, questioning the validity of her findings. Anya was a scientist, a disciple of logic and empiricism. The ethereal realms of faith and intuition were territories she had carefully avoided. But as the weight of doubt grew heavier, she found herself drawn to the unknown. seeking a light to pierce the fog of uncertainty. One night, as the world outside was cloaked in darkness, Anya sat alone in her laboratory. The cold, sterile environment seemed to amplify the isolation she felt. In the quietude, a sense of profound peace washed over her, a calm that was as unexpected as it was welcome. A warmth, gentle and inviting, spread through her body, banishing the chill of doubt. In that moment, a vision unfolded before her, not in the realm of sight, but in the depths of her consciousness. A being of radiant light stood before her, a figure of immense wisdom and compassion. Its voice, like a soothing balm, carried the weight of centuries. "I am Uriel," the being said. "Do not despair, Anya. The path you tread is illuminated by truth. Trust in your intuition." Anya was stunned. The vision was so vivid, so palpable, that she reached out to touch the light, but her hand passed through it as if it were a ghost. Yet the words resonated within her soul, igniting a spark of hope. With renewed determination, Anya returned to her work. The specter of doubt began to recede, replaced by a clarity of purpose. Days turned into nights as she immersed herself in the data, her mind illuminated by the memory of Uriel's words. And then one morning, as dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and gold, the breakthrough came. The elusive puzzle piece snapped into place, revealing a solution as elegant as it was revolutionary. Her discovery was met with global acclaim. Anya became a symbol of human ingenuity, a beacon of hope for millions. But amidst the accolades and the glare of the spotlight, she carried the memory of that fateful night, a secret shared between her and the Angel of Light. Years later, retired from the demands of research, Anya found solace in a secluded retreat. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the landscape, she felt a familiar warmth. Turning, she saw a figure standing at the edge of the property, bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. It was Uriel. "Your work has borne fruit, Anya," the angel said, his voice as comforting as ever. "You have brought light to the world." Anya smiled, a serene expression on her face. "It was your light that guided me," she replied. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the world in hues of orange and purple, Uriel's form began to fade, dissolving into the twilight. But the light he had ignited within Anya continued to burn brightly, a testament to the power of faith, hope, and the divine. In the annals of medical history, Anya Petrova's name would be etched in gold. But for her, the greatest discovery was not the scientific breakthrough, but the encounter with the angel who had illuminated her path through the darkness. Would you like to add more depth to any particular part of the story? Perhaps explore Anya's personal struggles, or delve deeper into the impact of her discovery? Have you ever felt like you were on the brink of a major breakthrough, only to be hit with self-doubt? How did you overcome those challenges and find the strength to keep going? Share your stories of perseverance and the moments that changed everything. A guardian angel is a heavenly being assigned to protect and guide a person throughout life. His presence is a source of comfort and strength, providing invisible help when needed. While many guardian angels are gentle and kind, there are others who are powerful, mysterious, and special. They are the most powerful, mysterious, and unique angels. Uriel, whose name means light of God, one of the most powerful guardian angels. It shines divine light into difficult situations and helps people find light and understanding. Azrael, also known as the angel of death, is a unique guardian angel who brings comfort to those who suffer. Zadkiel, the angel of love, is a powerful guardian known for his ability to bring forgiveness and love into people's lives. It helps individuals release anger, resentment, and guilt, and encourages them to embrace the path of love and understanding. One of the most mysterious guardian angels, Metatron, is believed to be a man named Enoch, who ascended to angelic power. Known for his deep connection with God's wisdom, he often asks for guidance in understanding complex spiritual matters. Cassiel is a unique guardian angel known for his solitary nature. Barakiel is the guardian angel of blessing, offering God's grace and abundance to people. Hamied is a wonderful guardian angel known to bring divine intervention in times of need. His influence encourages people to believe in the impossible and to trust in the power of divine intervention. Anael is a unique guardian angel associated with love and relationships. His presence is a spark of love and connection that draws people into meaningful relationships. Beyond these powerful and unique guardian angels, there are countless others, each with their own special qualities and roles. Some guardian angels are known for their healing abilities, while others provide protection during travel or guidance in creative endeavors. Each guardian angel is assigned based on the individual's needs, ensuring that everyone receives the divine support and guidance they require throughout their lives. Guardian angels are a testament to the divine care and protection that surrounds us. Whether offering wisdom, comfort, mercy, or miracles, these celestial beings play a vital role in guiding and protecting humanity. Their presence is a reminder of the boundless love and support available to us from the heavenly realms, encouraging us to live our lives with faith, hope, and compassion. Do you believe in guardian angels? Some say they're powerful beings of light, offering protection and guidance. From the illuminating Uriel to the comforting Azrael, each angel has a unique role. Share your thoughts on guardian angels and which one resonates with you the most. Like, follow, and subscribe to our page and channel for more wonderful stories like this. And if you like this video, please like and share this.